Hello and welcome to Black Woman Things. I am Tyra, and today we are going to be talking about Chrisean Rock and BlueFace, baby, okay, and kind of their whole relationship because they have been in the news nonstop, and I just feel like they're probably the most popular young black couple at this time. And I just kind of want to talk about because I'm not even gonna put no emotions on it, but they're quite something, and I just feel like I need to put in my 17 cents in and on it. So we're gonna run this intro again and we're gonna get right into it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, we are talking about Chrisean Rock. Do you know who Chrisean Rock and BlueFace is, Jordan? Do you know who they are? So yes, I haven't seen your response yet, but I want to know if you know who they are. So yes, we always talk about them. Chrisean is from Baltimore. And I watched a couple of little bios on her, or whatever, and they're just like, okay, she's someone who grew up, in a very hard life. She's one of like 12 kids, and I think she's like the 11th of the 12 kids. Dad was in jail, was abused. Like, just goes so much stuff has gone on in this lady's life. Okay. And people are like, okay, why is she with BlueFace? BlueFace is the one who says Bust Down Tatiana, like he sang that song. And both of them together, it seems in the media, are just very, very toxic people. Every single time you hear of Chrisean and BlueFace, they are fighting. She's missing hair. She stole his car. He's arrested. She's arrested. Like, there's always something ridiculous going on with them as a couple. And it's kind of like, okay, oh, you say yes, you know them. Okay. And it's like, okay, what is the point of this? Like, and both of them make music. Like I said, Blueface, you already know he got a couple like his songs. Her herself, she's put out like 3 different songs. All of her songs are like sad girl kind of songs, like, just keep swimming, which is literally like her last song. And just like she's been through the trenches and like her family's depending on her, and she's like, never gonna get up. Like, she's gonna keep going till she's rich, essentially, which leads me to believe, like, just kind of knowing a little bit about her upbringing and then just kind of listening to the 3 songs she put out, it seems like Miss Ma'am is like putting on an act. Like, Miss Ma'am, this is how, like she was saying, this is how she's getting out of trenches. Okay, like, she is going to play this character, and I feel like that's my thing. I don't feel like this is her, like this person that we see in all these videos and the holes in the wall and da da da. It seems like an act. Like, that's it. To me personally, let me know, what do you think? Do you feel like this seems like an act? But to me personally, it seems like an act, and it seems like an act that's paying very well because so many different publications are talking about it. You got people following her around with cameras, like there's fan pages dedicated to it, and you can monetize this. Like, she's gone and done, like, very well viewed interviews for places. I'm sure she got paid for these like appearances. So I definitely think this is a character. I think this is how she's like getting money. I think this is how she, like, just her music is supporting her family, how she's stacking her bread. I mean, I think this is also the easiest way to think of it too. I think it's really hard for me to picture her as just this idiot, because she was a whole like collegiate athlete. Like, she was fully like in college. Like, she fully did one of these like competitive sports shows or whatever, and she won like one of them ninja thingies, like ninja talent shows. You know what I'm talking about, when they be doing like jumping off, like rock climbing, all that. She did it. She won $10,000. Like, this girl, again, was in college, is a very active person. Like, she had a YouTube channel. Like, I feel like she's pretty smart. I in my mind, she's not somebody that's just out here intentionally, like, I just don't see it. I think she's somebody who's after a bag, and this is what it is. And I think that her whole storyline is this battered woman, and you can just put all of it into the music. And obviously she already has kind of like the backstory, and now at this point it's just like, okay, how do you keep the eyes on you? And like I said, if you think of it, devil's advocate, like, what if that's not the case? I think I'm concerned. Like, if this is all authentic and this is not an act, like, if this is not a whole puppet master thing and this is truly just her, I'm very deeply concerned, because why are you hanging around this person? And then I kind of think too, like, okay, if you really did grow up, with nothing, like, if you really currently still have nothing other than the fame of this famous person, then what choice do you have? Like, if the money stops coming in, if you stop being relevant, then how do you support yourself? But then, okay, being relevant, how do you do the next thing? How do you keep topping yourself? The girl already done missed a tooth. She already got like 9 tattoos of her boyfriend BlueFace all over her body. She's already talked about like lost children. She's already been publicly cheated on. Like, you know what I mean? It's like she like if this is like a real thing, like I said, I'm very, very concerned. And like for me, whenever these different stories comes out about them, like I don't even want to watch, I don't even want to indulge. Because for me personally, I've been involved in relationships with very like toxic people, and the only redeeming qualities about it is just that the sex is good, and sometimes we have nice times, or sometimes I'm able to like reap positive benefits from this. But for the most part, it's just a very abusive situation. Like that whole cycle of toxicity was like enticing. It's like a drug. Like you legitimately never know what's going to happen. So that's why I said, if this is real, if that's kind of like the cycle that she's in, like similar to what I just described to you, then it's like, okay, I'm quite concerned. But I think it's even more concerning because there's just like a spotlight on everything. If something happens to her, if they kill each other, like then what? I feel like it's even worse. Like the world watched, right? So that's why I'm like, okay, hopefully they're both in on it. And this is just something that they're doing to get their show, which they now already have, is being produced. And you can kind of watch them just like wild out. And I know, like, what is this? Like this week, it was a whole video going around of Chrisean and BlueFace. They were I don't remember his name. I feel like his name was Terrell, but they like interviewed somewhere. Chrisean threw a chair at the wall, put a whole wall in this interviewer's place. And then BlueFace was talking about how he's been with little people before. And then Chrisean was like, is it a man or is it a woman? Like, what kind of person were you with? And that was weird. Like, that was a clip circling around because it's like, okay, why would she ask you if you've been with a man or a woman? BlueFace, because he's never came out and said he was bisexual or anything like that. So it's like I said, literally every single week is something. Hello, welcome. Just talking about Chrisean and BlueFace, okay? Just kind of giving my perspective. I'm like, okay, if this is all an act, I definitely feel like it's because she came from nothing and she needs to support her family and stay relevant. But then I also feel like if this is real, this is wild. Like I feel like we all need to be concerned. And then I was just talking about how, I don't know if you saw, like recently they did an interview with some guy, I don't remember his name. I said I think it's Terrell, I don't know. But like in this interview, it's like all over TikTok. She like threw a chair, there was a hole in the wall, and then she was asking BlueFace if he like was with like a man or a woman, because he said that he's like been with little people and stuff. And it's like, okay, what is going on? Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't know. And then also the clips that we've seen of Chrisean saying like she's been pregnant, that's what also makes me feel like perhaps this is real. You said I'ma share you out. Oh, I see you're gonna share the video. Well, thank you. But yeah, like I'm like I said, I'm very concerned, and I just don't like to watch because I just feel like essentially we're all watching these people crash and burn. And the thing is, you can't help somebody that don't want to be helped. Like you can tell somebody over and over again, this is what's happening to you. You need to get out. But I shared earlier, like I've been in toxic relationships with people who have been like physically and emotionally just like abusive, manipulative, like taking money, like all of that. And when you're kind of like in that cycle, you kind of just don't see. You said how the relationship, like I think there definitely are weird, but I think with Hollywood, here I can put your comment on the screen. You said Hollywood relationships are weird. I think they're definitely weird, but I also feel like these are relationships that like definitely do happen every day. Like there's people who grew up in abusive households, and then they end up meeting this guy or they end up meeting this girl that takes them away from whatever their circumstance was. And regardless of what this guy or girl is doing, it's making them feel better than whatever their like situation was previously. And that's why I wonder, like, is it like also maybe is it a mixture of both, right? Like, is she experiencing this, and then like there's also a little bit of like pizzazz, like a little zhuzh, like make it Hollywoodable, right? Because if there's ultimately a movie about this or a book about this, like they're gonna get royalties, and that's gonna like set her up moving forward. I feel like it's all about, at least like I said, I'm hoping, because she was in college, like I'm hoping this is all about kind of setting herself up for the future and to have life. And it's very much, I'm willing to do whatever because it's going to get me a bag, essentially. But like I said, I don't know. I just kind of feel like it's a little too real when she talk about the kids and stuff. But then I also think, hey, that's a good storyline to say. Like, I don't know if there's this guy on YouTube. His name is the Kakado Avocado. He said BlueFace still locked up. I'm guessing no, because I feel like this interview was like recent. I'm guessing no. I'm definitely guessing no. But yeah, ultimately, I just feel like Blueface and Chrisean, I feel like it's a little real, it's a little fake. I feel like it's all for money. I feel like it's to sell records. I feel like Chrisean's music, I mean, like I said, it's very much so sad girl. There's like she got one song on here that I actually don't mind like that much. Like it's not super wildin', but like I'm trying to like find it. Where did it go? She got like one song that I actually don't mind, and I'm like, oh, it's called like "It's a Vibe." I'm pretty sure that's the name of the song. It's called like "It's a Vibe." It's a definite like I can see it as a party song, like somebody playing it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna jam to this. But like I said, yep, that's what it's called. It's called Vibe. She literally has only 3 songs. Yeah, Vibe. I feel like that's not a bad song. I feel like she has a song called like Word to My Brother. And that one is just talking about how like it doesn't matter. She's gonna keep going, she's gonna keep grinding, and like her whole family is like, depending on her. And in her most recent song from 2 months ago, it says like keep swimming. And it says that she's like telling her family that she's gonna keep going, she's gonna keep like trying and all that. So it's like, yeah, I feel like Miss Lady is really just trying to get her bread. I feel like Miss Lady is very much so just this is like she's out, she's made it out, she's got your eyes, she's got your attention, and it's just a matter of building up her fan base no matter what, because ultimately she can flip all of this and get like a big old bag and be honestly set for life, be it doing more talk shows or like having a book, having a movie, like all of it. She already on a TV show with this man. Like it's like I said, for me, I feel like it's money. But let me know what you think down below, and make sure you share this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. Until next time, click on any of these videos on screen.